Well, do you love the Portland Trailblazers so much you literally want to wear your Rip City Pride on your sleeve? Or maybe there's a sports lover in your life you need to find the perfect present for.
Yeah, well, we found the perfect place for you. Laundry is a vintage sportswear store specializing in 80s and 90s sports and street attire. It has everything a fan could need or want.
Yeah, I stopped by the shop in Chinatown to see why laundry is a slam dunk. So Chris, tell me what's going inside these four walls. It's a lot, it's wonderful.
Sure, this is a vintage clothing store. We're located here in Chinatown. We specialize in 20th century sports and pop culture, especially.
So Chris, the name Laundry, where did you get that?
I named the store partly after an old Jerry Seinfeld joke that deconstructs the nature of being a sports fan. Fans will have a favorite player, they'll root for him vociferously. The moment he or she is traded to another team, they'll hate this person. They despise him or her now, and at the end of the day, people aren't really rooting for an idea or anything with any greater meaning sometimes than just the jersey on someone's back. They're rooting for laundry. So it was kind of a reference to that, a nod to that we understand, you know, the silliness sometimes in caring about sports so much, but that there's also a lot of joy that comes from it too.
That's very clever. I like that a lot. What inspired you to open a shop like Laundry?
I grew up in a sports crazy house, and there was always sports on the TVs. I never thought that I would work in this industry necessarily, and then when I moved up here about 7 years ago, kind of fell into it by accident and just realized that there was a really unique opportunity up here to build something kind of different and to try to tackle retail, brick and mortar, vintage, sports, art in a different way.
Where do you find everything that you sell here? Because, I mean, there are so many articles here that I can't believe you have.
Sure, in the beginning, we used to have to go out and look very hard for it. We rely a lot more on crowdsourcing now, especially in this location. People bring it to us, they sell it to us, they trade it to us. We're open every day, and we buy, sell, and trade every day.
So when people come in here and they just light up like a kid in the candy shop, what is that like for you to see?
That's great. We're trying to build something that's experiential, you know, above all else. I think that this is really an interesting moment in time, and this is an interesting moment in fashion where you have a great deal of personal nostalgia for this type of material, but you also have a lot of historic nostalgia, kids, young people, 14, 15-year-olds who are interested in this, and so I think that this is like a cool generational period in sportswear specifically, like 20th century, 90s, especially basketball culture.
Yeah, and you know, you just kind of reminded me too, there's this big push against fast fashion, and I mean, you are really recycling a lot of vintage clothing. So there's that aspect of it too.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah, vintage makes it easy because it was made better to begin with. I think that this was a different era in factoring and design, and the clothes hold up better, the designs speak to people for longer, and I think that vintage, you know, in addition to being environmentally friendly, it's just a more personal way to shop, way to dress, way to live.
Now I do want to point out, it's not just us sports-crazed fans here in Portland who have taken notice of Laundry. You have some big names come in through these stores. Can you tell us a few of them?
Sometimes, yeah. On a good day, the Blazers come through every now and again. Gary Trent Jr. is a favorite, Anthony Simons. Anthony Tolliver was just in here the other day. We've had some talented rappers. YBN Cordae was in here a few months ago, especially during the season. Teams, when they're in town, a lot of the time some of their guys, especially younger guys, will stop in.
When someone comes into Laundry and buys something for themselves or as a gift, or you know, they recommend Laundry to a friend, what do you hope they're saying about this store?
I think that's love. I think the idea behind gift giving in the first place is to deliver something with as much thoughtfulness and love as possible. And I think that if people are coming here to buy those things for other people, then I think we're doing something right.
Okay, I could have spent an entire day in that store. I loved it. So many little treasures to search through and find. Still ahead on more, we are going to give you some extra help for your holiday shopping. Chris takes me through Laundry, shows me some of the best gifts you can buy for the fan in your life.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about Laundry, we will have a link for you on our website after the show. Just head to kptv.com/moregdo.